We had a chance to meet someone new on the show, and you can check out the podcast. Bob and I had a chance for the first time for us to talk to the first guy the Seahawks selected in the draft in the second round, Christine Michael, and I think I could speak for both of us when I say we walked away impressed.
Yeah, we had the texts were flying in, people saying, I can't wait to see this guy play, and he presented himself well. He seemed like a guy who really has a great attitude. He was kind of fun to talk to, and again, check out the podcast to judge for yourself. But, you know, we talked in the beginning of the show about the running back position and Marshawn Lynch and not being at OTAs and all this stuff, but the reality of that position is that guys aren't there for long often. I mean, that above any other position, these guys trail off, and you better have an answer for somebody like Marshawn, who's such a big part of your offense. Now, I don't know what kind of running back Christine Michael's going to be, but you know, first blush, his attitude is fantastic.
And that was a question about him going in a little bit.
Yeah, we asked him, you know, hey, would you get drafted, and they've got Marshawn Lynch here. What are you thinking? Are you thinking, well, what am I going to do? You know, I'd rather start. And we asked him, would you be more comfortable sitting back and learning, or would you want to get out there and just sink or swim? And he's like, I'm going to do whatever they want me to do. Right. And it was the right answer, and he had it sounded genuine is what I took away. It didn't sound like, oh no, whatever they want me to do is fine. Some guys sound programmed. He sounded very genuine, and you couldn't help but be a little excited to see what he's made of after hearing him.
And you know, you brought up an interesting point too, and you know, they brought in Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin has said he's going to run a little bit, and no one expects him to be lined up in the backfield for 30 or 40 plays a game, but maybe 5 or 10. You know, if there's a slot there, it would be the Leon Washington slot, and we both pointed out how they never really tried that. I mean, you know, you occasionally get a few carries in a game, but not much. What I think will be one of the really interesting battles in training camp will be this is assuming Marshawn Lynch is just fine going into this year, is going to be him against Robert Turbin. You know, because the Turbin's the guy they brought in last year, ostensibly for the same reason, in case Marshawn, you know, doesn't go, and actually had some good moments last year. You know, he actually did have some good moments last year. So it gave him depth in a key spot. He might wind up being more of a special teamer this year, which doesn't make any difference, which would be fine. But one of those guys who, you know, was able to deal with these questions about his attitude. I mean, he's 225 pounds, ran a 4.43. I mean, seems to be everything the Seahawks are looking for in that kind of a running back.
Yeah, he's that change of pace back. And again, you bring up Leon Washington, who we thought would be that, you know, you hear it in other teams, thunder and lightning. You know, you got the big power back, the collision back, and Marshawn Lynch, and Turbin's very similar. You know, we thought Leon would be that other guy, that counter to it, and they never really used it much. And you're wondering if Christine Michael can be a guy that will inspire them to use it more. Maybe he's just going to have so much, or they're going to see enough from him to say, hey, let's find a way to get this guy some touches in the game.
Yeah, and with the way he looks, it'd be thunder, thunder, and thunder. It's a lot of thunder.